We take the suborbital. Yay.
How long is the suborbital trip
4 hours.
from Sydney to Seattle gonna take you?
4 hours.
Okay, fair enough. 4 hours. So we're going to assume it takes you, let's say, 30 minutes to get from this penthouse to the terminal that you take this suborbital trip from. It takes you 4 hours to get from Sydney to Seattle. You arrive in Seattle. We are going to say it's about 7:30 in the evening when you arrive in Seattle. The trip from the Seattle terminal to the Digicom corporate offices is going to take you about 45 minutes. So by the time you arrive at Digicom, it is about 8:15 in the evening. Digicom is a well guarded, secure facility. Okay. The building itself appears to be about 9 stories tall. It is one of multiple offices that Digicom has around the world. Now, um, Mavis, I'm going to um, I'm going to invoke an aspect on you. Okay.
Okay.
Your ego eye allows you to see up to 50 feet away, so you can see at 50 feet what other people have to be at 20 to see. Okay.
Mhm.
You can take the fate point for this. As
Okay.
you begin to approach the Digicom offices, you see a perimeter of 6 guards flanking the front entrance to the building. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah.
you both know you got to get into this office. You have to determine how you're going to get in there. Okay, you're 50 feet away. You've done a little bit of reconnaissance. You know that there are guards flanking the door. How are you going to get in there?
This is a thief's problem, not mine. Unless you want me to blow the doors open.
All right, so you've got your 6 guards around the perimeter. Edward is suggesting going through the front door with explosives. As the thief, Mavis, do you have an alternative suggestion on how you can get in there and evade these guards?
Are there guards around the building, or are they just situated at the front?
From what you can see at this point, all 6 of them are kind of walking the perimeter, but for some reason, they seem to be sticking closer to the front of the building than going right around the perimeter. At least at this point, that's what you see.
Okay. So
Die Hard moment. Joyful, joyful,
yeah, I
we
know.
are joyful.
We have one of two options. We either have Edward create a diversion, an explosion nearby that draws all 6 guards, and then we sneak through
Yeah,
the
and that's
front
gonna
door.
draw like all corporate attention.
Mm.
That's like the last thing you want to do.
Okay, but then we draw everyone's attention to one spot, and we go then from the back. Because as you know, or Edward doesn't know this, but I have my duffel bag with my thief's toolkit, and I have grappling hooks.
Okay.
So
You
can
want to grapple up the side of a building, 7 floors,
It's,
in the
it's
middle of the open.
well, no one said it was in the middle of the open.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you guys an option here to create an advantage at the cost of a fate point. You tell me if this building is surrounded by other visible structures or if it's located somewhere not as highly visible from other places.
Not visible from other places.
Okay, so you're discovering an advantage. Perfect. Spend the fate point.
Okay, so I'm back to 3 now.
Okay, so the building itself is not surrounded by buildings all around it. We're going to say that it's it's not in the middle of nowhere, but it's not like you can leap from one roof to another either. It it's kind of, in a central location to downtown Seattle, but it's not built in
It's in
such.
it's in
Yeah,
an industrial park.
yeah, it's not built in such a way that you are necessarily going to get busted should you try and find another way into the building. All right. So Mavis, as the thief, why don't you tell us what you feel would be best way to try and gain entry to this building?
If I use my tool and gain entry to the front, sorry, not the front, but the first floor from the back of the building, and then we can sneak around, or I can sneak around with my ninja nimble feet
Yes.
with the sub,
Right. Why
Yeah.
with the
not just
sub,
go through the shipping and receiving? Just
because
say
the
we're
shipping and
couriers. Get a box and a package.
is the shipping and receiving stuff.
There's
You,
always the shipping and
you,
receiving in a
you,
building.
you, you tell me. It's a corporation. They're going to have stuff coming and going. So, Mavis, where is the shipping and receiving dock on this building? Is it on the front, the sides, the back?
Back.
Okay. So, are you saying that the shipping and receiving dock might be a point of entry?
I suppose I can explore it. I mean, I don't have really much. Well,
Okay, that's
yes,
fine.
I'll explore it.
Okay. So you also mentioned one of your aspects. I believe you called it Nimbo is a ninja. Let me double check
Okay,
this.
hold on.
Nimbo Ninja subdermal implants in both feet. So yes, I mean technically you can. Well, I think you called that a stunt too, didn't you? Yes, you did.
Yes, it is a
Get
stunt.
a plus two
I,
when sneaking around highly secured facilities. So
yes, no,
this,
I would be worried that Edward will attract attention.
well,
I mean,
maybe then this is not a job so much for the muscle as it is for the thief, and maybe you want to explore this on your own to begin with, and then let Edward know whether it's safe for him to follow.
okay, yeah, we can do that.
Okay,
So let's go to the back of the building. And,
So, what I would recommend, actually, no, no,
mhm.
no, no, I'm not recommending this. This is your adventure. So, all
Oh,
I'm going to ask you
what's
is
with the sigh?
is Edward coming with you right now, or is Edward going to hang behind
I am
while
going to
you do
stay with
some
the getaway
stalking?
car. She's on her own.
Well, there you go.
Okay, okay,
Edward's hanging out away from the action for the time being. So, Mavis,
okay. So hold on. Before I go in, what exactly am I looking for? I know I'm looking for information about.
well, no, at this point, you're not even looking for information. You're looking for a point of entry where you can determine whether it will be safe for you and Edward to both go into this building.
Okay.
Okay? Because at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, you get into the building, do you want to leave the muscle behind in case you get, caught in the building? That's all I'm going to say. So
Well, if you
maybe
put it, okay, hold on. Let me think this through. I'm the sneaky one.
who has to sneak around to find a point of entry into the building so that you don't immediately come in conflict with these six guards that are roaming the perimeter.
Right. So I'm gonna go to the back and
Fine.
check the shipping and receiving dock.
So this is how this is playing out then. So Edward has decided he's hanging behind for a few minutes while you scout the perimeter. You're going to scout the perimeter of the building by using, as you've already declared, your Nimbo as a ninja stunt, which gets you a plus two to sneaking around secured facilities with these subdermal implants in your feet. So,
Can
I'll
I use two stunts or two
no,
things?
no.
No.
One stunt or the other. Sorry. Okay, so if you have a different stunt you want to consider, you tell me which one you want to use.
Um, no, I'll go with the
Okay.
Imple Ninja fingers feet.
So here's what I will recommend to you.
Mm-hmm.
You've used your eyes of an eagle to determine whether or not those security guards are roaming the perimeter of the building. Um, I'm going to ask you actually to give me two rows, okay? The first row I'm going to ask you
Okay.
the first row I'm going to ask you to give me is going to be
Mm-hmm.
linked directly to your eyes of an eagle, okay?
Okay.
I want you to determine when it is safe to make your move on the building. So I'm going to ask you to give me a careful roll to determine when it's safe. Now,
Okay.
if you decide you want to use your stunt as part of this careful row, you are welcome to do so.
Okay. So
So
yeah, what the heck?
you
That
haven't
my care.
yeah, you have a stunt that you called
Yep.
Eyes of an Eagle.
+2.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you can
So
use
I'm
that.
at. So my careful is 4. Okay. My careful is. Oh, jeez. Careful is 4, and my roll is 2. So my careful is 6.
Okay, perfect. So
You walk
you
right past the guards; they don't
oh
see you,
oh yeah. So no, she hasn't
and
made
you
her
pick their pockets while you're in, while you're going through.
she hasn't made her move yet. So this was strictly to determine when it
It
was
is
safe.
safe.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's what you discovered. Um,
Okay.
how long did it take you to make this discovery? First of all, give me a time frame.
Let's say about like 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay, fair enough. So here's what you discovered within 10 seconds of standing there watching them. These guards aren't
Mhm.
really walking the full perimeter of the building. They're phoning in this guard duty. So what they're actually doing is they're walking back and forth across the front entrance to this building. They make it appear as if they're walking the perimeter by sort of walking down half the side of the building, and then they're turning around and walking back to the front. From what you can see so far, none of them are actually walking the full perimeter of the building, which means at least from this vantage point, there is no one guarding the back of the building. That's what you've determined within the first 10 seconds. Okay?
Okay.
So, now, you're making your move on the building, you said?
Yeah.
Give me a row using your second stunt, Nimble as a Ninja.
Okay. So nimble and then okay. So that's tied to my sneakiness. So my sneaky 3, I get a +2, 5, and let's see what my roll is. I'm still at 5.
Well, here's how this plays out. You could have went running through those bushes, banging pots and pans as you did it. And, and
And
they
buck naked,
and they
and no
still
one would have found you.
exactly they still would never have caught on. You very quickly move to a new vantage point around the side of the building, okay,
Hmm.
which allows you to get a better view of the back of the building where the loading dock is. And much to what was originally assumed, it's only the 6 guards and they're phoning it in. No one is actually patrolling the loading dock at the back.
Okay, which
Oh,
is really odd for a
yep,
security company.
yep, that's right.
It's a trap.
So, at
I
this
think
point,
so.
you need to determine whether or not you are going to make a move on the loading dock or whether you're going to encourage Edward to move forward.
So Edward, do you think it's a trap to go to the back?
I think it's a trap in general.
A trap we can't avoid. We still have to go in and
Yeah, best way to spring a trap is to go through it.
so to go from the front. That's what you're recommending. You're the muscle man.
Hey, I'm not here to do anything other than break things.
Mhm.
What do you think? If you want to go through the back, we'll go through the back. Want to go through the
Let's
front
go.
doors? We'll go through the front doors. Want to do it loud? We'll do it loud. You want it quiet? We'll do it quiet.
So just
Let's go
remember,
to the back.
so just remember at this point,
Hmm.
Mavis, you're near the back of the building, near the loading dock, and
Okay.
Edward is still at the front of the building, near the 6 guards. So you guys can either go quiet, you can go loud, or you can go a combination of the two. It is totally up to you.
Now we'll keep it quiet, just to be on the safe side.
Okay, so
Okay.
so
Can Edward see me from where I'm standing? Like, is there a clear line of sight between us?
well, we'll assume that the two of you have a means of communicating so that he knows exactly what route to follow if he wishes to join you.
Come over.
Okay, I follow
Okay.
Mavis.
So you guys are now about 40 feet away from the loading dock to get into the building. Are you standing out in the open? Are you crouched behind bushes? Explain this to me.
Nah, just go there as if you belong there.
Okay, so I mean
We'll walk straight up.
from the point where Mavis is currently keeping an eye on the loading dock, are you out in the open or are you hiding in behind something? That's what I'm asking. Create
What
the
is there
scene.
hot?
Well,
Uh,
you tell me, what is there to hide behind?
some trees.
Yeah,
Trees.
fair enough.
Okay.
So there's
Trees, or maybe more of those big, large containers,
shipping containers.
shipping containers. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So you're hiding behind shipping containers that have been recently unloaded through the loading dock. That's fine. We'll go with that. Okay, so Mavis, give me a careful roll, please.
Careful.
And again, if you want, you can attach your ego eye stunt to this, if you would prefer.
Okay, so that's then I'm at 4 for careful, and 4. That's a 1. I'm at total of 5.
Perfect. How long do you stand watch once Edward joins you on that loading dock before you make your move?
Maybe another 10, 20 seconds at most.
Okay. So within the next 20 seconds, you've determined that, much like was originally assumed, there does not seem to be any activity taking place around this loading dock.
Not from the outside, no, because that's what I can see.
Okay. So when
Let's
you're
go.
all right, so you're making the move on the loading dock.
Yes.
Okay. Both of you give me a sneaky roll, please.
Can I attach my stunt to the sneaky roll?
If you've got a stunt you want to use with it, by all means. What's the stunt?
Yeah, well, I get a +2 and I'm sneaking around highly secure facilities.
That's fine. Then use it.
So that's 5. And then my roll. So 1, that's a 6. So my
Fantastic. So yours is a 6. Edward, what's your sneaky roll?
1 and +1, 2.
Okay, fantastic. So Mavis basically makes a move on this like she's getting ready to assassinate someone. Okay. Edward does not move across the back of this loading dock so gracefully, but both of you get to the back door of the loading dock, which is secured at this point. So someone is going to have to open that door.
muscle.
Well,
Sure.
all right. So how are you doing this?
Oh,
Well, let's take a look at the lock. Is there a lock? Is the door
Yeah.
electronically controlled? Is the door dead-bolted? How's the door?
You know what? It appears to be an electronic lock on the outside of the door.
I'll Wi-Fi link to it and then open it.
Okay,
Ah, there you go. See?
that's fine. The general assumption here is that you've done it. So within about 10 seconds of connecting to the lock, click, click, and you hear the door unlock. So you
Chunk.
can, yep, so you can definitely open the door.
All right.
Okay, so
Okay.
you open it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, it is what appears to be a standard shipping and receiving area for any building. So there is no activity in there. It's very quiet. It's the end of the day. Everyone's gone home.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I will tell you both willingly and freely right now that you can freely move into this area.
Okay.
Okay, so you move into this area. Again, it's a standard shipping and receiving area. Okay. The one thing that I am going to ask both of you to do is to give me a clever roll right now.
Clever
Um,
2 plus 1.
Clever
So clever 3 total.
Okay.
2. Okay, yeah, I'm at 3 2 after my roll.
Perfect. You both see it. Just before you move into the wide open space of this receiving area, you will see security cameras pinned in the corners.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hack 'em.
You want to hack them? Okay. Um,
Loop.
Nope, that's fine. Give me 1 second. You know what, Edward? We are going to base this on. Yeah, we'll base it on your clever. Give me a clever roll.
2 plus 1.
Perfect.
3.
No worries. You hack them, you put them on an infinite loop. So you are now free to move through this area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And,
cool.
and keep in mind, these are supposed to be the foremost leaders within the cybersecurity community. So far, I'd say it's safe to assume that you're willfully underimpressed. Okay, so you need to make your way to the 7th floor based on the information you previously found, okay? Again, I'll remind you it was the name of this company, the Ally Corp account number, the location, Seattle, Washington, and the only other thing was 7th floor. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so um, you can handle this one of two ways. You can try and find an elevator to the 7th floor.
Service lift to the 6th floor. Take the stairs up.
Perfect. No worries. So,
And
at,
can
yeah,
Edward hijack the elevator so it doesn't stop anywhere?
well, you know what?
Control it?
It doesn't stop anywhere. You make it to the 6th floor.
Okay.
Okay. Um, we are going to say that when Edward hacked the security cameras,
Mhm.
he hacked all of them. Okay, so although you are seeing other cameras as you move through the 6th floor, you are not actually in any need of being concerned because they're on an infinite loop right now. Okay,
Okay. Yep.
you guys make your ways to a stairwell to move from the 6th to the 7th floor. Okay, now once you get to the 7th floor, here's what you emerge into. It is an empty floor. There's no one there. There's a bunch of offices and desks around the floor, but there is at one end of this floor a meeting room, a very large boardroom.
Okay.
Okay, so at this point, you guys need to let me know where you're headed on this floor, and how you're going to investigate this.
It's the rogue's problem.
So, Mavis,
Yes.
where are you going to start looking? Again, you don't have a lot to operate off of, right? You've got the name of the company, a bank account number, the location of this office, which is Seattle, and then
Mm-hmm.
the only other thing you had was 7th floor.
Okay, so look for a set of stairs to go to the 7th floor.
Again, you're already on the 7th floor. So,
No, how did I miss that?
so you're on the 7th floor.
Okay,
Okay. What
so I'm
you
on the 7th floor.
so
There
what
was a large boardroom, right?
Yeah, yeah. At one end of this floor, there's a large meeting room.
Okay, so go, and there is nothing else
Just a
at
bunch,
all.
just a bunch of offices and desks as you look around the floor. Bunch of spaces for drones to sit in as they carry out corporate affairs. The biggest draw on this floor is that boardroom.
So we go into the boardroom and go check what we find. Like there's going to be a terminal or
Okay,
something.
fair.
So that's where we go look for records.
Okay, fair enough. Yep.
Because you really don't need to hijack anything. You're inside the network now.
Okay, fair enough. So this actually sounds like a good plan. So you guys make your way to this boardroom. When you enter the boardroom, it's a virtual meeting room, okay? So you've got a table in the middle of the room. You've got a bunch of chairs around the table, kind of like a regular boardroom. But in front of every one of those chairs is a data jack built into the table so that, people can jack in from any seat in that room, okay? It is also laid out like you would expect a typical boardroom to be laid out. There is a chair at the end of the table where some big shot is going to sit down and direct traffic. Okay?
Right.
So at this point, you are in the room now. Okay? This is as good a place as any for you to maybe jack in from. So the question becomes, Edward, are you jacking in?
Check the terminals first. Always check the terminals.
Okay. You check all of the data jacks, and they all appear to be clean. There's nothing like what was found in Sydney on any of these jacks.
Okay, and let's take a look at what we can find.
Okay, so you're jacking in?
Backing in.
Okay. So you jack in. Okay. Walk me through how you're going to try and locate the information you're here to find.
Well, first thing to do is when I jack in,
Yep.
check user logs and
Okay.
time slices when they logged in.
Perfect. Give me a clever roll.
2 plus 0.
Okay, so your clever's a 2?
Correct.
Okay. So, there was a meeting held 2 weeks ago this past Saturday by the Digicom Chief Executive Officer, an individual by the name of Roger Schmidt. The meeting time lines up with around the time that Jacquard Bell would have expired. Okay? There is a digital footprint confirming that this meeting did in fact take place. Edward, I'm going to ask you to give me another clever roll, please.
2 plus 1.
Perfect. Give me 1 second. 2 plus 1. Perfect. Okay. Attached to this digital footprint is a partially fragmented video file. Okay. Somebody attempted to remotely delete this file and only managed to scrub part of it. So you are able to play this file. When you play this file, you will see Jakar Bell engaged in a very aggressive argument with Roger Schmidt, the CEO for Digicom. You can hear Bell saying to Schmidt, I know what you've done. I know what you're trying to do. You're a fool. You're going to start a brand new corp war. That isn't what any of us want. I'm going to reveal you and your corporation for the treacherous traitors that you are. That's the end of that video file. Give me another clever roll, please, Edward.
Clever +1, so it's 3.
Perfect, thank you. Within 5 minutes of concluding his meeting with Jakar Bell, Roger Schmidt schedules and attends another impromptu meeting with the head of another one of the 7 major megacorps, a pharmaceutical company that operates under the name of Pharma First. The meeting took place between Schmidt and Pharma First's chief executive officer, an individual by the name of Jeffrey Sanchez. There is a full video file attached to this meeting. Is this something you want to play?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So, you hit play on this meeting. You see a meeting where Schmidt is addressing Sanchez and the full board of directors for Pharma First. In this meeting, Schmidt declares that the old man knows too much, but they have taken steps to ensure that what he knows will never be brought to the attention of the other megacorps. In the same meeting, Sanchez ensures the board of directors of Pharma First that Julian Bell has been provided with a neurotoxin which has already been placed on his father's digital jack, and that at about this point in time, Jakar Bell has probably taken his own life. This toxin made Jakar very open to suggestive content. It's at this point that Schmidt pipes up again and says, oh yes, we are the foremost leaders in cybersecurity, over here at Digicom. It was only, it only required us to send a back loop through our meeting with Bell, and we convinced him that he'd lived long enough. And by about this point, his brains were probably splattered all over his ceiling. And that's where the video file ends. Give me a clever roll, a careful roll, please, now, Edward.
Careful?
Careful.
Oh, this is bad. Careful 1.
Okay. The video file spontaneously stops playing. All at once. You are suddenly and unmercilessly attacked by a cyber sentry program. You've already experienced one of these sentry programs once, okay? These programs are specifically designed to destroy the synaptic pathways of any hackers, okay? So, While this is going on and while you are jacked into this terminal, Mavis, you are standing there watching Edward do his work, and suddenly the alarms in the building start sounding. Okay? Um,
Okay.
all at once, security has been notified of an intrusion. Okay. Edward, give me a forceful roll, please. And if you have any stunts that you can use in combat against this sentry program, you're welcome to do so.
Uh, hack that +2.
+2 against what?
To carefully overcome security systems.
Yep, by all means. If you want to use that stunt, it would be a careful roll instead of a forceful roll. Okay?
Yeah, that's 3 + 3, 6.
Okay.
Nice.
So, you very quickly dispatch the sentry program. Okay? You quickly jack out of the system.
After I've downloaded all of the data anyway, right?
Yep,
So
that's fine.
time to go.
Yep, you've quickly jacked out, and as you jack out, you become aware that the alarms in the building are now sounding. Mavis, Edward jacks out, and as he quickly becomes aware of what's going on now that the alarms
Okay.
are going off,
Mm-hmm.
you hear a commotion from down the hallway. Okay, security has been alerted to not only your presence, but to exactly where you are. The Sentry program served a double purpose.
Yep.
You do need to get ready to defend yourselves. Okay,
Out come the
so
batons.
out come the batons. So, is there anything that you're going to do during this turn to try and fortify your space? Are you going to make a run for it? What's happening here? Are
You
you
know,
are you digging in or you're beating feet?
the fastest way out. If you have that little black bag of yours with entry, repel, whatever. Let's just
The gravel.
the grapnel. You
Yeah.
know what? Lock the grapnel on something.
And let's head
Break the
down.
window out and down. We're out in like 60 seconds.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. I'm not gonna stay in.
Okay.
So
So fine. The window. How are you gonna break it?
with the batons.
You're
They're made
gonna.
of titanium.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna shatter the.
Ah.
You're gonna shatter the glass.
Nice and subtle.
Okay, fine. You know what? We're doing this. Give me.
Well, it
Give.
doesn't need to be subtle. They're running over there. The
That's
alarms
fine.
are going.
That's fine. Give me a
I don't need to
forceful.
be quiet
Give.
now.
That's fine. Give me a forceful roll to break the window.
Oh, jeez. Maybe Edward can take the batons to oh,
Well,
break the windows
again,
also.
you do have stunts.
Actually, yeah, I was gonna say, can I use the stunt, the +2 when I use the batons? I guess I can.
I mean, technically, the stunt was designed for you to defend yourself in combat. But you know what? I'll give
I'm
it to you.
doing this.
You're
Yeah.
trying to evade combat, so whatever. Yeah, you can
Yes.
use the
So
+2.
okay. So I'm at 3 for forceful then, and my roll. Come on. Good roll. Good roll. Big roll.
No
Uh,
Emmys.
oh, I guess forceful is 2 a
Wow,
total.
wow.
I
So good news, bad news. Those batons are pretty much indestructible since they're made of titanium. Okay, so you take those things and you slam them as hard as you can against the glass. However,
think break.
you didn't slam it hard enough.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
Okay.
so that
Ah.
was your turn, Edward. What are we doing
Shoot
here?
out the glass. Shoot at it. Let's go. Can still be out in 60 seconds.
Just smash the glass.
Okay, what are you smashing it with?
Well, I mean,
Shoot at it?
no, I mean, you know what? Like, okay, I've got a knife in my boot, right? Why not have it like, let's say diamond blade, just go
Can I
bink.
can you know what? Honestly, I'm doing it. I'm invoking an aspect. Okay.
Okay.
Um, this is gonna cost you a fate point, Edward. Um, you're surrounded by chairs. Don't
No.
know what.
The chairs aren't going to break the window when Laughing Girl here, has already
But
tried her like
but did the
titanium
no
batons.
no 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 hold on. Did the chair did the batons not break the window because the windows are that strong, or did the
Because I'm
batons not break
weak.
the windows because she didn't hit the window hard enough?
Ugh.
You
No,
can
the
borrow my
subtle.
batons.
You know
Oh,
what?
okay, hold on. Let me have a look at this knife because you did document it, but I don't think you documented that it
Okay,
was diamond tip.
knife and
P90
boot. It just
hyper.
says knife and boot or foldable multi-tool in belt.
Okay, nope, they're not going to do it.
Okay, fine.
Shoot the glass.
And give away our position
It doesn't
from
matter.
the
They
inside.
already know our
They
position.
already know you're there. The
They already know
Fine,
they're coming
Sentry
for us.
program's already told them you're there.
fine. Shoot out the glass. Done.
Okay, fine. Glass is shot out. That's your turn. Okay, here we go. So, this exchange of Mavis trying to shatter the window with the batons and then Edward deciding to shoot out the glass took about 45 seconds. Okay? Um, you can hear security just outside the door at this point. Now, Mavis,
Yes.
what's happening?
All glass shattered. I pulled out the grappling hook. And now it's hooked. And we're
What
gonna
what are you hooking it onto?
the window frame.
The window frame. Okay, fair enough. So you hook it onto the window frame, and I'm guessing you're on your way over the edge.
Yes,
Okay,
I
fine,
am.
fine. You know what? Um, you're out and you're rappelling down the building. Edward.
I have to wait for her to hit the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll
fast.
squish her.
So, what are we
Yeah,
doing
no
here?
squishing me.
Are you fortifying your position and getting ready for them to come through the door? Or are you standing next to the now shattered window and getting ready to go out?
Barricade the door. Just that big conference table. Just like rip it up, toss it up against the door, and by that point, Mavis should be all the way on the ground, and
Okay.
I'll just go out the window after.
Okay. No
Yes,
worries.
good
So
plan.
that's fine. You do it. Yeah. Heave that thing up off of its legs, throw it against the door to try and barricade the door, and you're hoping that they don't have a means of getting in there before you get out that window. Okay, Mavis,
Yes.
give me 3 careful rolls, please. Your target number is 2.
Okay. So this is for scaling down the building.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Um, let's see. I guess I can't really use a sneaky. No, it's a careful.
Yeah, you're rappelling down the building. Your element of
Okay.
surprise is gone.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? Okay, so minus my careful. Okay, so for my first roll, I'm at a 1, total
Oh,
1.
oh
Oh,
no.
yeah, I know what happened. What does that
Ah!
mean?
Um,
Grover, Super Grover.
No, I'll spend the fate point to reroll. I'm supposed to be, a professional at this thieving stuff.
Sure.
all right, that's fine.
Ouch!
How many fate points do you have left?
Well, I'm back to 3.
Fine, spend the fate point. Reroll it. Your target number is 2. Target
Okay, so
target
two
number is
fate
2
point.
for each of the free rows.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so I'm at two for
Correct.
this roll.
So you're
So
now
why three rolls? Is it
so
like
every two.
each two floors,
Yes, exactly, because
a roll for each?
you're rappelling down the side of the building. Very quickly,
Okay.
might I add.
Yes, very quickly. So Mr. Muscle here can come down without squashing me. Okay, second roll. Okay, I got a one. I guess I fall now.
No, actually, this is gonna play out a little differently.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay, I'm creating an aspect. Uh,
Okay.
Actually, more specifically, I'm gonna tell you I'm invoking an aspect. Okay?
Okay.
So, you made it down. The first row got you down to the fourth floor. The second one that you've now missed would have taken you to the second floor. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you a fate point for what's about to happen.
Oh
Okay?
dear.
So,
Okay.
so you get the fate point.
So
You've made
back to three.
you've made it down to the second floor. So you're rappelling like this. Okay? You're kind of like this down the building. Okay?
Yeah.
When you get to the second floor, as
Mm-hmm.
you swing in towards the building to rappel down the final to the ground, okay,
Okay. Yeah.
you hit the side of the building a little harder than you anticipated, and you actually shatter the window that you are supposed to be pushing off from, and you go flying through the broken glass into the second floor of the building. You're now in the building. Okay. Um, Here's what you're gonna take for a consequence, and you're gonna want to keep this in mind.
Okay.
You're gonna check off one stress box on your character sheet. Okay.
So it's stress box.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just keep track of this. This is a
Yeah.
minor.
Yeah.
This is minor. Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna check off one stress box. It will eventually alleviate itself at the end of this scene, but you basically
Okay.
went flying through shattered glass and you've cut up your arms and legs.
How badly?
Uh, it's kind of painful. I mean, you're not bleeding out all over the place, but there is some blood loss. As long as you get medical attention soon, you'll be fine. But
Okay.
now you're on the second floor of this building, okay?
Okay.
And you are standing in an office. Like you're not in a wide open common area. You went through the window of someone's office. It's a tiny ass little cubicle office.
Okay. So can I not just go back and back out the window and get to the rope to make it the rest of the way down?
That
Or are my injuries are that severe that I can't?
no, you can do that on your next turn if that's what you choose to do. So,
Okay.
Edward,
Ah,
we're coming back to you. So, um, Mavis is no longer visible when you look out the window, so you don't know if she made it to the bottom and ran like hell or what happened. But now is your opportunity to start rappelling down the window.
I don't repel, man. I just grab the rope, just go straight down, slide.
You're sliding down.
You know
Okay.
how much mass my character has?
Okay. Um, let's talk about that actually, since you brought that up. Your character, did we say how much he weighs?
Probably gonna weigh around 300, 350 pounds.
Okay. Mavis,
Yes.
your grappling rope. What's the maximum weight of that rope?
Well, I didn't actually put a maximum weight to it, but knowing that Edward is like 3 to 350, I'm gonna say it's
No,
400.
normally 4 or 500 minimum. Normally
That's
test
fine.
ropes, you have like 4 or 5 times safety factor. So
That,
whatever, yeah. I mean, it's not.
that's
Okay,
fine.
it's not an shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
good.
So he makes it through the window and he grabs the rope and he slides down it fireman style. Okay. Here's what's going to happen, however. It is now time for
Excuse me.
security to bust through that door. So Edwards made it out the window and he's sliding down the rope. Security has managed to break down the door. They kind of half fling the boardroom table out of the way. Obviously, they're going to have to climb over it at this point because they can't get it all the way out of the way. Edward, you're halfway down the rope when the first set of bullets comes flying through the window in your direction. So security is rushed to the window and they're just spraying downwards. What I would like you to do, please, is give me a let's see, what do we want to call this? A quick or a careful? We're going to call it a quick. Give me a quick roll to evade.
Quick -1, so it's quick 3 -1 2.
Okay, so you do not evade, okay? But as we already know, you're bulletproof thanks to the subdermal armor. What we are, however, going to say is that the bullets connecting with you caught you off guard for a split second and you let go of the rope. So, I'm gonna say that you were about 3 floors from the bottom when this happens, so you're gonna fall the remaining 3 floors. That's gonna be the consequence.
Okay.
So, whatever. You hit the ground. Take 1 stress. This is what we're going to call this. You have subdermal armor. It doesn't negate the fact that you felt the pain from hitting the ground and from that gunshot. So,
right.
Take the 1 stress point. You're bleeding. You're not, thanks to your subdermal armor, you're not going to die from this and you don't have broken bones, but the reality is that's still hurt and you're still losing some blood.
Right.
Okay, so Mavis.
Yep.
All at once, you're standing at the window after picking yourself up and, picking little pieces of glass out of you, and you hear, ah! You look out the window just in time to see this.
No. The line is arsehole.
You look out the window and you see this. Whoosh! As something goes flying by the window.
He went into the ground like a big green gold gopher.
So, anyways, Edward fell, and he fell fast and hard, and he made a splat sound when he hit the ground. Anyways, at this point, there's no question about it. There's bullets being fired from up above you. The question becomes, are you gonna go out that window now, or are you gonna try and find another means of getting out of this building?
I'm going to give it a few seconds to see if they stop firing. So I'm assuming when Edward fell, he's gonna get up and scurry around the side.
Well, we'll resolve that on his next turn. So, what are you doing at this point? Are you?
I'm gonna wait a bit to see if the bullets stop.
Okay.
I don't know what's waiting for me on the other side of that office.
Fair enough. So, Edward,
Yep.
You've hit the ground. Oh, that hurt. Yes, you are losing some blood. Again, doesn't negate the fact that it happened. What is your move here? Are you getting up?
Roll and get under cover. Like, seriously.
Okay, so I'm going to remind you, you're at the back of this building about 10 feet away from where you entered through the shipping dock. About 30 feet from where you are right now are the shipping containers that you both hid behind when you were making your way into the building. That is the only means of cover for you at this point, is to make a run for those shipping containers.
Sure.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. give me 3 quick rolls, please.
3 quick rolls.
Yeah, so it's 1 roll for every 10 feet.
Okay, quick number 1 is 5.
Perfect. Give me the next one.
Quick number 2 is 5.
Perfect. And the third one?
Quick number 3 is 2.
Okay. So, you make it 20 feet. They are shooting at you from that window as you make a run for those shipping containers. Okay? You make it the first 20 feet, nothing connects with you. 10 feet away from those shipping containers, you take 2 to the back of your shoulders. Again, subdermal armor, but it doesn't negate the fact that you still bleed. Tick off a second stress box, please.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mavis.
Yeah.
Sorry, actually, hold on. Edward, by this point, we are going to assume that you have now made it to those shipping containers and have taken cover. Mavis, you're standing there at the window for, a few seconds, waiting to see what happens. Here's what you see. You see Edward get up and make a run towards those shipping containers, and you see him get shot in the back. So they're still shooting. What do you want to do?
Okay, I'm going to wait another 10 seconds or so to see if they stop shooting.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
do they... Okay, so now Edward is hidden behind shipping containers. They don't see a target.
Nope.
They have no reason to continue shooting. They're probably going to go back out the boardroom and down the elevator or something to...
It's a safe assumption that they don't know where you are at this point. They were strictly
Exactly.
firing at him. To the best of your knowledge, keep in mind, you don't know how many people were firing, because at this point, you would have to look up to see what's going on out that window. So for all you know, there could be security headed in your direction right now, okay? But what you do know is that Edward made it to those shipping containers, and the firing has stopped.
Okay, there goes nothing. I am going to go down the rest of the way on the rope.
Okay, so give me a careful roll, please.
Okay, so, and my target number is 2, right? Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, jeez. Well, kind of at -1.
Ow!
Jeez. Okay, I want to fate roll.
You want to
fate
spend
point
the fate
reroll.
point? That's fine. Spend the fate
Yes.
point.
Jeez, this is what the heck.
Remind me never to undertake corporate espionage with you.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? Yes. Okay, I'm at 5.
Fantastic. You make it to the bottom. Okay. You have to cover 30 feet
30 feet.
to get to where
Yeah.
you last saw Edward. Give me 3 quick rolls, please.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so I don't have any aspects for that. Dang it. Okay. Come on, quick. Be quick. One.
Oh.
I'm doomed.
Well, here's what I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, flush one on the arm.
No.
Then I roll for the next one.
Oh, no. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. You run the first 10 feet,
Okay.
and then you hear someone from above you scream. There's another.
Here's the other one.
Exactly what they scream.
Shouldn't I be able to cover her?
You're 20 feet away from her, hidden behind a shipping container.
Yes, but I probably have line of sight up to see where the people are shooting down?
Okay, then cover me.
Okay, so here we go. If you want to do that, you can. It is considered helping her. This is not going to be you shooting at them. We'll assume you shoot at them, but we're also going to assume right off the bat that you missed, because here's what she gets by you helping her. She gets a +1 to her row, okay? Which makes her row a 2, but that also negates your next action. So is
That's
that
fine.
okay? So you got a 2. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so I have to roll again.
Hold on. You made
Oh.
it. You made it 10 feet.
Okay.
You heard someone scream. There's the other one. This comes from above you. All of a sudden, you see from in front of you the flash of gunfire as Edward starts shooting at the window that you both just rappelled down from. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
You have 2 more quick rows to get across the other 20 feet to where Edward currently is. Now, unless you have another stunt or aspect that you want to invoke, you have to give me those 2 more quick rows to get to those shipping containers.
Yeah, well, I have nothing connected to my quick, so I don't think that I can use anything here.
Okay, so give me a second quick row.
Okay, so I'm at 2.
Perfect. You make it the second 10 feet.
Okay.
Now, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold
Oh,
on.
okay.
That
All right.
that second 10 feet puts you directly in line with the receiving door that you both went into this building from. Okay?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
well, actually just a little past it if we're going to be precise, okay? I need you
Okay.
to give me another quick row right now, because something is about to catch your attention.
Oh, okay. Another quick roll. 1.
Okay, that's fine. As you make it just past
Oh,
that shipping,
horrible.
as you make it past that shipping and receiving door,
Uh-huh.
you hear the door get kicked open as 2 of the 6 security guards come rushing through that door. Okay?
Okay.
So that's 2, and you know that there's at least 1 up in the 7th story window. Give me your next quick row to make it the other 10 feet, please.
Okay. Come on, quick. Ooh, I made it.
What's your row?
Yay.
What's your
Oh,
quick
my quick roll is 1, and my quick is 1, so it's a total of 2.
Okay, perfect. So you make it to the shipping containers where you find Edward crouched behind the container. Okay?
Yep.
You also know that 2 guards have just emerged from the shipping door. Okay?
Yep.
It is a safe bet that there are more en route. Now, these shipping containers are kind of just all over the place. You know, they're not all running in the same direction. They're kind of just dumped wherever they got dumped when they were done being empty. So it's kind of created like a little maze.
Right. Okay.
At this point, you guys have 2 choices. Try and find cover to get out of there from, or take these guards on directly. Edward, Mavis has just joined you. Okay?
Time to go.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how are you getting out of there?
Running?
Okay.
Uh,
Are you headed back up the same way you came to get to the front of the building?
we have to get to a vehicle.
Yeah,
Where'd we leave a vehicle?
at the front of the building.
Okay, then let's make it to the vehicle. Like, I mean, it's
Okay, so
get take as much cover as you can and shoot back to keep their heads down and go.
Okay, that's fair enough. So here's what's gonna happen. I would
Mhm.
like each of you to give me 2 quick rolls. These rolls determine if you make it all the way to the front of the building where you left your vehicle.
Okay,
Okay,
and the
2 quick
target number
rolls,
is
right?
2.
2 each. Your target number is 2 each. So 2 rolls at 2.
Number
Okay.
1,
Okay? What's that give you?
4.
Perfect.
And okay, my
Number
first roll.
2,
Sorry, go ahead.
4.
Okay.
4 and
So
4.
okay, what's your
Okay,
rolls?
my first roll. Well, my total is 5 for the first one,
Perfect.
and the next one is 2.
Okay, perfect. So you do make it back to the front of the building where you dropped off the vehicle you used to get there. Okay.
Mhm.
You absolutely hear a lot of commotion from behind you as these
Okay.
6
Uh,
security guards are tearing apart those shipping containers. Their assumption is that you are still in those containers somewhere. Okay.
okay. Sure. Stay there.
Again, proving that they're not too bright, even while you're at the front of the building, you hear gunfire. Like they're shooting at anything that moves at this point. So you guys have now got out of Digicom's office. You know that there was a meeting that took place between the CEO of Digicom and the CEO and the board of directors for Pharma First. In that meeting, the CEO for Digicom acknowledged that they had been confronted by, excuse me, that they had been confronted by Jacques Bell regarding money that had been funneled from his company to Digicom. He accused Digicom of trying to start a new corp war and threatened to expose their treachery to the remaining corps among the 7 major megacorps. In response to that, Digicom held an emergency meeting with Pharma First, with their CEO and his board of directors, where they acknowledged that they had provided Julian Bell with the means to dispose of his father once and for all. So, um, your next stop, it seems to me, this is the only breadcrumb left right now, is to pay a trip to Pharma First. Pharma First, they're,
Before we go there,
yeah,
send the message, all the evidence back to that, the
the
virtual
Samantha,
office.
yep, no
Yep.
worries. Okay, so Pharma First, their corporate international corporate offices, pardon me, so their head office is
Mhm.
located in Berlin.
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 Ugh.